My name is LYRIC FERCHAUD. You're watching Josh's Metal Mondays. Go fuck yourself. Um, man, I've been fucking with that since I was at least 2. My dad, he had bought me a Fender Stratocaster. It's a Mexican-made Fender Stratocaster. I would carry that thing around with me like it was my blankie, you know.
Right on.
And yeah, I mean, I remember when I was 5 years old, I made a song called "I'm Only 5 Years Old," and yeah, I mean, just I've always done music. It's just been what I've done ever since I was a tyke. Well, I think when I was about, let's see, yeah, I think when I was about 12 or 13 years old, I discovered Primus and Les Claypool, and got into that world. And yeah, I took off from there. I saw Les Claypool at the Lakewood Theater in Dallas, Texas. And for my 13th birthday, I saw Les Claypool. And I took my bass there I took it there to the show to because I took the opportunity to learn in live view. So I did. I took my bass to the show and I got up in the front row so I can watch them. It's kind of like a theater place, so there's seats and then there's the small section in the front of the stage.
Okay.
So yeah, I was up at the front of the stage and I had my bass and I was kind of not mimicking, but kind of trying to transcribe what Les was playing. And he saw me in the crowd and he took off his bass and he grabbed my bass from the crowd. And I'm not bullshitting you or anything. He grabbed my bass from the crowd and he tuned it up to where it needed to be. And he finished out the song called "The Buzzards of Green Hill." He finished out the song with it and gave it back after the song. And then after the show, I went behind the stage and got it signed and got to talk and meet Les and everything. And pretty much from that point on, that's the reason why I became a bass player. Apparently, the first concert I was at was Leonard Skinner when I was 2 weeks old.
Holy shit.
Yeah, my parents, they took me to a lot of concerts. We lived in Seattle. I was born in Seattle.
Okay.
And so they would take me to the Hemp Fest and the Oz Fest and, they would take me everywhere with them. And so when I was younger, I got to actually see, I remember this one, or I don't remember, but I was told that I saw the Black Sabbath reunion tour. And then a week later, the Ozfest had a special guest or whatever, and it was Black Sabbath. And so I got to see Black Sabbath twice in 1 week. Yeah, Bruce, he kind of approached me. He just asked me if I was interested, and I said, yeah, of course. And so he brought me along to practice one day. I had, practiced a couple things, to kind of prep for the practice. And I walked in, and that was the first time meeting Drew, and yeah, it was just a first practice, and it, it just worked. It was like magic.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and now there's a album coming out. It was kind of just mixed of everything. When I started getting into thrash metal when probably like, let's see, it's 26, probably like 4 or 5 years ago, like really getting into thrash metal and like listening to death metal and all sorts of shit. I really, I really did went out and tried to find some, obscure, rare shit that you know, want to hear really badly that people love and all that kind of shit. I mean, just thrash metal, especially when my mom married Bruce, the wedding that we had at the Rail Club. It was my first wedding I'd ever been to, and it was probably going to be the best wedding I'm ever going to be to.
Was there Slayer playing in the background?
Oh, everything was playing in the background. It was crazy. We had it all, man. Batman was there. I mean, it was nuts.
Fucking Batman?
Batman was at the fucking wedding.
Why? Like, I shouldn't be surprised by that, actually.
No, it was crazy. That I've always, especially in the early teens, I had a lot of influences, that had taken place in a thrash metal world, and I just took it and ran with it. Biggest show I've ever played so far, as in people wise, or as in like
crowd venue wise, or like I guess I should say like the one you're most psyched to play.
Probably the Gas Monkey Live.
Right on.
We did the Gas Monkey Live last year with Super Joint and King Parrot.
I've seen many a video of that show.
Yeah, it was a very fun show.
What was King? Oh fuck! Sorry, I was thinking King Diamond for some reason. My mind went to shit.
We did play with King Diamond.
That's what I thought. I thought at the Housecore Hall Fest, right?
Yep, that's right.
Did you get to meet him?
No, I didn't get to meet anybody from that.
Oh,
I got to see Philip though, and I was hanging out in a room with Pepper and all those guys. It was fun. Everybody was there. I got to meet Bill Mosley, and yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I mean it was great. I had to take off work, so it was like a mini vacation. Probably I think it was Iron Man.
That's it. I think mine was Iron Man, and then Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah, it smells like I learned that one a couple of years later. I worked on Iron Man and Smoke on the Water.
Smoke on the Water. That's
the two, main ones that people learn. That was seriously my first song that I learned. I had a couple bands that I had made and got together. My very first band was Peach Cobbler. And yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I got that band together for a school talent show. And it was basically like the middle school band. It started out with 3 members. And then we had another guitarist join in for a couple of, I think we only played like 3 or 4 things. We added another guitar player. So we had 2 guitarists, a bass player, which was me, and a drummer. And yeah, every gig we did, we only did like 3 or 4 things, or maybe it was 2 or 3 things. We didn't do that much. it all had to do with the school. So like the first thing we did, we got it together for the talent show.
Okay.
And we won the talent show. It was a competition type of thing. We got first place medals, and it was pretty cool.
Nice.
We played we only did covers, by the way. We played a medley. I started out with Anesthesia, Pulling Teeth.
Okay.
Solo. I started out with that, and then we did a little Rage Against the Machine medley.
What songs?
I think Killing in the Name of. And,
it's classic.
Yeah, and Bulls on Parade. That's what we did.
Classic.
Yep. And we ended up winning with that.
Killing the Name of, I remember first time hearing that record. That was years ago, like 15 years ago. That was an awesome record.
Yeah, I grew up listening to it. I got videos on the VHS tapes of like my dad filming in a room like where I'm sitting and playing with toys and just Rage Against the Machine just blaring. Man, every time we go out of town or play a gig, it's always a good time. It's hard to choose from, the one Austin show we did in Anvil, or with Anvil, was pretty fun. It was a biker rally, and it was outside. It was like scorching hot.
Oh.
And that one's memorable for sure. That one's fun. It's a great time. I say that time. No, actually, I was at Phil's a couple years before. I think it was during the recording of Destroy.
Okay.
And what we did was drive Bruce, me, my mom, and Bruce drove down to Philip's house. It was during 4th of July. And so I spent my 4th of July at Philip's house, and a whole bunch of people was there. I mean, that's when I met, for the first time, Jimmy Bauer and Mike from I Hate God, and all the guys from Harp, and it was great. I shot off the fireworks in front of Phil's house, caught a couple things on fire, And so, so we drove Bruce down there because he was doing his vocals for Destroy. And we ended up leaving him there, and me and my mom was driving back to Texas. But yeah, that was my first time at Phil's. It was 4th of July.
Right on. What was it like meeting him for the first time?
Meeting him for the first time, I think, I think I met him for the first time. I think I met him for the first time at the wedding.
Oh, okay. No shit. He was at Bruce and your mom's wedding?
Yeah, he was the best man.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was the first time meeting him. He came all the way down here for the wedding, and yeah, I mean, it was great. He watched, in fact, he watched my other band, Cyclops, for the first time. And that was Cyclops' first gig. The first gig was the wedding. And Phil, he was right in front of the stage. He was watching us play our set, and so he took me into the green room, and he sat me down, and he talked with me for like an hour, just giving me advice, and just being a down to earth dude. He was just talking to me. I mean, it was great. That was my first time meeting Phil.
That must have been a little bit of fucking scary, like playing the first gig with your band in front of Phil.
It was. He was standing right in front of me.
Was he just fucking staring at you the whole time, just eyes locked on the band too?
Yeah, it was him and Marzi was standing right next to
Oh,
him.
fuck.
And yeah, I mean, and not just them watching me. I like everybody was watching us, you know. Like anybody, like Mike Scosha, and I mean, just everybody was watching us. And but yeah, Phil and Marzi were right there in front of the stage, and you know, we did our best. I do whole tone scales. You know, the big reach ones, that kind of shit. I slap. I do the whole jitsu fucking wrist loosener thing, and yeah, I make sure I get my shit ready to go. I need to get in the habit of stretching and all that shit. I haven't got there yet, but I do. I crack my fingers. I get ready. I get these fucking things ready because they need to be ready. That shit's fast. It's fast. And I make sure to hit every note. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's your job, man.
Yeah. It's every note that they play, I try to not necessarily substitute, but play in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I add, like bar chords and stuff like that on the bass, to make it a more powerful approach to some. Yeah, like to some parts in the pieces that we play, there needs to be more fucking uh, punch and power, and
Right on.
That's what those bar chords are for. Sometimes I plug in the wah pedal and everything, and the wah pedal that I use is a 105Q bass crybaby bass wah pedal, and it's more of like a distortion pedal because as soon as you press it, it's just like, nah, like it fucking just has a punch to it as soon as you press it.
Oh no shit.
Instead of like kind of like getting up to the high point starts first and then kind of mellows out the more you go. Go fuck yourself.